These stick figure animation channels are currently absolutely blowing up on YouTube. Apparently, you can make them just with Canva, and owners of such channels are making tens of thousands of dollars every single month from millions upon millions of views. Myself, I decided to try this side hustle using just Canva, and I'm gonna show you how I'm doing it step by step. So as my first step, I needed to create a script. I'm using ChatGPT and I'm asking it to create a script about procrastination. As you can see, script literally took just a couple of seconds, and for the step 2, we need to generate the voiceovers. First, I'm looking for casual voices that would match this video. I'm using 11 Labs, which allows you to create AI voices. I was looking for casual filters, couldn't find anything, so I typed in,
need a calm, casual, but...
Hey, I'm RJ, and I look...
Are you still looking for the right voice?
Once you find a voice that you like, you can add it to your library, and then you'll be able to generate voiceovers. Click on text to speech, go back to ChatGPT, copy the script that you want to create a voiceover from, and then literally just paste it into 11 Labs and click generate speech. By the way, here's a super important tip, so definitely have a look at this.
What is procrastination? What is procrastination?
This tool is going to give you 2 generations for each text that you put into it, so you're gonna have 2 versions of voiceovers. The one that you like more, download it, and then of course repeat the same for the overall voiceover. Download each of them, and then we're moving on to step number 3, which is creating animations in Canva. Then click on videos and then click on YouTube video landscape. We want to open a project like that. Then click on uploads, click upload files. And what you essentially want to do is you want to import those voiceovers that we generated with 11 Labs. So you want to select all of these voiceovers. Make sure that you have every single one. Otherwise, the script is not going to be coherent. So it may take you a few minutes to actually upload this, depending on how long these voiceovers are. But with that in mind, as soon as they're uploaded, we're gonna be starting to arrange them one after the other in correct order and align them on the timeline. So I'm showing it how I'm doing it on the screen, and you may follow exactly what I'm doing if you want to get a similar result. So you wanna drag the timeline and then match it with the voiceovers, then add the next one. Again, drag the timeline and then repeat this process for all the audio files. This is super important because actually the voiceover forms the basis for the overall video, especially if you choose a very good voice that actually matches the type of stick figure videos that we're looking for. So the next step is we want to find a paper background effect that we can actually use as a background for this video. This video is sponsored by prboost.io, the go-to PR platform for brands that want instant authority. Well, it basically gets you published on major media outlets like Yahoo Finance, Business Insider, and over 200 other sites with no PR agency required. But the best part is they also write the press release for you as well, and that's already included in the price. If you run a website, you need a PR package. Adding as seen on media badges instantly builds trust and significantly boosts conversions. PR Boost is rated 4.9 stars on reviews.io with hundreds of satisfied clients. I'm gonna drop the link in my description, so go check them out, get featured, get trusted, get results. I really like this one, which is on Canva Pro, but you can choose a free one. Next, listen to the voiceover and break it into separate scenes.
Is procrastination. Have you ever stared at a to-do list and thought, I'll start this after I watch just one more cat video?
By the way, to split the scenes into parts, you can simply press S on your keyboard, and you of course have to do it for the entire video, the entire duration until the very end, and then we're going to be processing to the next step. Next, go to the Elements tab again and search for stick figure. That's the most exciting part because now we're moving on to adding stick figures for our animation. On the Pro version, there is a lot of choice. Of course, on the free one will be less. By the way, if you click View More by this creator, you can actually see all the stick figures that this guy has done. This is very useful if you want to have a consistent style. If you're still not finding something that you like on Canva, you can actually use other websites like FreePick. So you can actually search stick figure over there and then find some free stuff and import into Canva. Some of these stick figures are also premium, but they also have a lot of free stuff too. All right, so let's start with scene number 1.
What is procrastination?
So what you essentially need to do is you need to listen to the voiceover and think about what kind of animations, transitions, and text would actually suit that type of voiceover. For this scene, I'm adding this picture and asking a question: what is procrastination? Because people watching this kind of video first need to know the context. Okay, what this video is about and what is this procrastination thing. You can also animate stick figures by clicking on animate button and then using the options that you want. So you can do color vibe, circle vibe, you can adjust the direction and stuff like that. Moving on to scene number 2. So for this one, I'm choosing a stick figure that is staring at a paper. I'm adding some text like, it's something like the guy's kind of thinking about what he's doing. Next, scene number 3, watching something on a phone. This is to illustrate how the person is really watching a cat video. He's not doing much and he's procrastinating. That's exactly what the video is about. So you want to create a video that is coherent, not just with the voiceover, but also the text and the animation. Moving on to scene number 4. So here the person should look like he's confused, right? It's as if he's understanding that, yeah, what he's doing is procrastination. And next, scene number 5. Repeat this for all the remaining scenes and make sure that each stick figure matches the voiceover. The better you match the stick figure animations with the voiceover, the more powerful, the more effective the video is going to be, ultimately bringing you more views and more revenue. There are a ton of these videos on YouTube and some of them gets hundreds of thousands of views or millions of views, and some other ones don't get that many views. And that's actually one of the reasons. The other reason is you want to keep it really stylish. That's why the background is the same paper across the whole video. Also, ideally, the style of the stick figure is also as closely related as possible throughout the whole video. You don't want to use too many colors unless just for the highlights, for example, red color, as I'm doing here. This is really important. So once you finish editing all the scenes, download the video with these exact settings, click share, click download, choose MP4, choose all pages and click download. And then all you need to do is upload it on YouTube, get views and make money from YouTube AdSense. With that in mind, here's the final video.
What is procrastination? Have you ever stared at a to-do list and thought, I'll start this after I watch just one more cat video? Yeah, that's procrastination. Procrastination is when you know you need to do something, but you keep putting it off. It's like your brain says, let's do it later, even when later magically becomes tomorrow, and then the day after that. And before you know it, you're in 2035, still planning to start. Here's the thing. Procrastination isn't just laziness. Nope. Laziness is doing nothing because you don't want to do it. Procrastination is doing everything else except the one thing you should be doing. It's like cleaning your entire room just to avoid writing that one email. Suddenly, you're organizing socks by color at 2 a.m. Why do we do this? Where your brain loves comfort and hates discomfort. Starting something, especially something big or boring, feels uncomfortable. So your brain tricks you into doing something easier right now, even if it's not important. It's like having a tiny salesman in your head saying, sure, the report is due tomorrow, but wouldn't you rather make a sandwich first?
Here's an example. Imagine you have to write a school paper. Instead of starting, you think, I'll just scroll social media for a minute. Suddenly, 3 hours have passed, you've watched 17 cooking videos, and you still don't know how to spell the first word of your paper.
The funny part, procrastination often makes things harder. You still have to do the task, but now you have less time, more stress, and probably a questionable diet of coffee and instant noodles.
So how do you beat it? Start small. Like ridiculously small. If you need to write 1,000 words, just promise yourself you'll write 10. Why? Because once you start, it's easier to keep going. Your brain stops seeing the task as a giant monster and more like a slightly annoying goldfish. Remember, procrastination is basically borrowing happiness from your future self and leaving them the bill. So the next time you feel like putting something off, just think, do I really want future me to suffer? Or should I just get it over with now and have more time later for the good cat videos?